Hi, I'm Sally.
And I'm Semma, and we are
The Buffy Babes. We're going to be talking all things Buffy, rewatch, reboot, and fun facts.
So let's go.
Right, in the 9th episode of Buffy, the puppet show, Giles is forced to oversee the Sunnydale High talent show. During rehearsals, a student is found dead with her heart removed, and Buffy begins to suspect a creepy ventriloquist dummy named Sid, owned by another student, Morgan. As Buffy investigates, it's revealed that Sid is actually a demon hunter, cursed into a dummy's body, while the real monster is a human-appearing demon feeding on hearts and brains. Buffy and Sid team up to destroy it. However, having completed his mission, Sid dies and is freed from his wooden body.
What a brilliant episode this is.
Well. I very politely disagree.
I can't believe it. I love this episode. This episode has everything in it that I love about just general stuff in the 90s, I think, and just like it's got so much cheese and character and like whimsy and good lines, and I love everything. I love everything about it.
I'm just the complete opposite. I think this episode has like no particularly good lines. There's a couple of funny moments, but no standout lines. I thought, yeah, there was no amazing dialogue. I thought the plot was a bit weak. There's zero like character development or like no overarching plot, nothing like that. It was just such a weak episode to me.
I do actually have questions about the episode, but I did feel like the cheese just override everything you say.
Okay, so you're a fan of the cheese.
Who wants character development when you've got a puppet fighting with a slayer? I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of my big issues with this is as an episode that you're watching for the first time, it's good, right? Because it's got like the twists. You kind of start suspecting Morgan first, and then you're like, holy shit, it's
I do
actually
love
the
that.
dummy. And then it flips around again and it's a completely other demon. But then when you rewatch it, I find like I didn't find anything new in this that I hadn't noticed before. Nothing was really popping out at me as being amazing. And without that kind of plot twist, I just didn't think it was that good.
I guess so. I guess so. In terms of the plot twist, I do love the plot twist, and I liked knowing the plot twist and then seeing how like all the evidence point towards stuff that obviously like all the evidence points towards the puppet being the one who's killing everybody. Oops. But it's obviously not. And I like seeing like those things come to fruition. And I like that Buffy, like the entire time, she was like, no, it must be a demon. Like, it's not that guy. It's not a human. Like, I feel like her instincts are just so on it throughout. And no one's listening to her again. It's like, come on, people, just listen to Buffy. And I like knowing that. And I like seeing how, like, sort of, she's still unconfident. She's still new Slayer. She's still finding herself. Not like, you show her personality here compared to like season 7. She's very like, no, I am the Slayer. You listen to me. Here, she's very like, but I'm just not sure. That's not what I think. She's very like just trying to put herself out there and say what she thinks, but it's very hard for her to do that. So I like sort of seeing that difference because she does know what she's talking about. She's got these good instincts, but she's still very much in like the very early stages of knowing herself. And I think that's very reflective in any 16-year-old girl. Like you just don't know. Even though you have these inner voices that are telling you things, you don't know, and you don't have, I guess, the experience to confirm that you're right, I suppose.
Yeah. And there was actually one scene in this episode which kind of, I think, cements what you're saying there, where she's in bed and she thinks Sid is, or she knows that Sid is in there with her. And she screams, and then instead of straight away going into Slayer mode, and like, I must protect myself, I must defeat this, she like runs to the door and her mum's there and she's like, oh, there was something in my bed, there was something in my bed. And it's like, that's the least Slayer thing you could possibly do, is run to your mum and send her in to have a look. When she already believes there's something demonic happening, like going on, right? So she knows that it's something demonic. It's not just some random guy in the house or anything else like that. Like, she believes it's something demonic, and then she's like, "Oh, mum, help me, save me! There's
Yeah.
something there. I saw something."
I actually quite liked that scene because I did feel very much like, it again brings you back to the fact that she is still a young girl living at home with her mum. She still is that, even though she has all these responsibilities and things tied to her, she is still that young girl who wants her mum when
Yeah,
she's scared. And I
yeah,
really like that thing that they keep reflecting, I suppose, especially in this early season, because they're really trying to help you understand who she is.
yeah. And that
Um,
she's not perfect, and that
yeah,
she's still coming to grips with it. And
yeah,
it does make her a lot more relatable as well, doesn't it? That she's not this
mm.
superhuman, I can do everything, I'm right all the
Yeah,
time, I'm so
yeah.
confident. Like she's got her flaws or her weaknesses, I suppose.
And I think that helps. That helps a lot too, like you said, just to just understand who she is and be more related to what
Yeah,
she's like as a character.
yeah.
I also this is where Principal Snyder's introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Snyder.
Snyder.
Snyder, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like him as a character because I think it's hilarious how much he hates the children, but he's
Oh
still there.
yeah. Yeah.
Like he's always like thinking that they're no good, but they kind of are because if you look at them from his perspective, they're always missing school. They're always around anything that ever goes wrong. They're always like in the middle of the bad. And
Yeah.
he's always like seeing them that way. So, like, of course, from his position, he'd think that they were no good losers. Like, what are you doing? What are you up
Yeah.
to? So, I do think it's hilarious from his point of view. And I did think it was funny how he just casually say how Principal Flutie was eaten. He was eaten. I just thought that was hilarious. He like casually just thrown in there.
It was a really good
Um,
introduction to him as a character, wasn't it? Like straight
yeah,
away,
yeah.
he's like, I don't like children who skip classes. I don't like dead bodies. I don't like
Yeah.
people
I
who
don't like
smoke.
human combustion.
Yeah.
It's like he just like casually says all like the hilariously like random things that happen in this school, like
Yeah,
it's
because
their fault.
they skirt around it so much, don't they? And so they're like they never talk about it. They don't say what's going on.
Yeah.
And he just comes in straight away and he's like just saying it how it is.
Yeah, yeah. He's like the only one that ever mentions it, really, isn't he?
Mm,
And no one ever speaks about it again. He's like, no, I don't like people human combusting here at this school. It will not be tolerated. It's like as if she chose to do that. I also thought that it was hilariously cheesy, creepy music. Like, I don't know if cheesy, creepy is
mm.
even a thing, but I definitely thought it was
It was
because,
very like over the top creepy music, wasn't
yeah,
it? Yeah.
it was over the top. Yeah, and I think that's why I liked it. Maybe because maybe when I first saw it, I must have been like seven-ish. So maybe I liked it because there was a puppet in it, and that's just sort of like sunk in over time, and it just makes me really
Mm,
enjoy the episode for what it is.
mm.
Um, because I watched it as a child.
Hang on. So when
Um,
you watched it as a child, did you
yeah,
like the character of the puppet or did you find it
yeah.
really scary?
No, I liked it. I've never found puppets scary. Have you
Oh,
found
you're
puppets
just weird. Oh,
scary?
I hate puppets. Okay, but this is the other
Really?
thing. I hate puppets or just people
Really?
dressed in character, anything like that. Not on board with. But this
Interesting.
episode, it's just not that scary. Is it
I
supposed
don't
to
think
be
it's supposed
scary?
to be. I
But
don't think it
they have all the
is.
creepy music and like Sid slowly turns his head and looks at Buffy in class and things that are supposed to be creepy, but they're just not. And so then
Yeah.
it's like this kind of halfway episode. Like it's not funny, it's not scary, it's just meh.
I guess so. I guess you take it as it comes really, because if you are creeped out by puppets, then you would find it more creepy. I
Mm,
found it more funny because I'm not creeped out by puppets.
okay,
So
yeah.
I guess I went more on like how this is a hilarious, cheesy side, kind of light-hearted episode of like, because even the puppet storyline, I mean, come on, like how old is
Yeah.
he supposed to be? He was talking about meeting a slayer back in the 30s, and then he's like always making horny jokes. It's like no wonder he's horny. Like it's been a while since he's had any.
That thought had not crossed my mind.
So I just find all these things like quite funny. That
Yeah.
they just like throw in there, like, and no one ever says anything.
I mean, yeah, his dialogue, like all the misogynistic kind of lines he was coming out with, I was just like,
Yeah.
oh.
But like Buffy did stand up for that
She
though,
did,
which I
yeah.
thought was good. So
She put him in his place, didn't she?
yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I think I did write it down somewhere, but I've forgotten where I've written it now. There's too many pages of notes. I thought the thing about Cordelia, like, I love how they keep just hinting at her character, like bringing her in sometimes because she's not really part of the Scooby Gang yet. They keep just having her as like the relatable girl in high school, just
Yeah.
trying to do high school.
Yeah.
She's got nothing else to do but high school, which is what everybody else would be like. So she's like
Yeah.
trying to do a good song and she's trying to make sure it goes well. And then Giles does that thing of like looking at her hair and she's
The
like, oh my
hair,
God,
yeah.
what is wrong? Oh no. And I
Do you
just
know what? That was my favorite part of the episode, actually. I love that
was
bit. Where he just kind of stops and looks at her hair and she's like, what's wrong? And he's just like, oh, your hair. And she like runs off. Yeah, that was
yeah.
hilarious. And also, I mean, again, a Cordelia line when Xander's like interrogating her about, you know, what she saw or anything like that. And she was like, oh, Emma's such a close friend. And Xander's like, you mean Emily? And she's like, yeah, exactly. I mean, it could have been me. And
Yeah.
just like classic Cordelia.
She says that quite a lot actually because of this whole because it is Monster of the Week, isn't it, this whole
Yeah.
season. So she does say that quite a lot of how it could have been her. And I guess it technically could have been, like with the amount of that happens to all of these students. Like
Yeah.
she literally could be next. And in The Witch, she was like something did happen to her. So
They make her sound like really self-involved and stuff, don't they?
yeah.
But actually, I mean, fair play, Cordelia. It could have been you. Quite
Yeah.
frequently, it is you in later on seasons. Like,
Yeah.
this is
She's
not a
like
selfish
absolutely
thought.
right. Yeah. She's just very realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you hate then about this episode?
I mean, I feel like this kind of episode you could just take out of the show. No one would miss it. Nothing would change aside
No.
from meeting Snyder. Like, I really don't think it adds any value
Ah,
at all.
but it's fun. It's a fun one.
I just don't
Maybe
think
we
it's
should
fun
watch it
though.
together and then you can see how fun it is.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm skeptical. And I
Yeah, because
also
normally we agree, but yeah, today
I
we
know
don't
we do,
agree, do
yeah. I was really
Yeah.
surprised when you said you enjoyed it.
we?
Because I also just found myself zoning out at times as well. This is one episode where I'd kind of just drift away with my thoughts and then
Oh no. I was
yeah,
properly on it. I was like, oh
yeah.
yeah, this was a good bit. I wrote down so many things. I thought it was interesting actually of how the end when Sid killed the demon, why did
Mm.
they use vampire sound effects and he didn't disappear?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
I don't know.
I thought, well, that's a bit cheap of them to just reuse a sound effect and it's got nothing to do with a vampire
I
or
mean, it
something
probably
being
is
dispersed or
it probably is cheap of them. They're like, we don't have the budget for this. We'll just whack in some other sound effects. No one will notice.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I didn't like that bit. I was like, that
I've
was a
got to
bit
say,
inconsistent for
actually,
me.
I really appreciate in Buffy that the vampires just turn to dust when they're staked because
Yes.
I am watching the Vampire Diaries for the first time
Yeah.
and I really don't like how when they're staked they just lie there
Yeah.
all
They're sort
like
of like,
dead and bloody and it's
yeah.
very
It's
in your
like, then what do
face.
you do? You have
Yeah.
to keep burying bodies.
Whereas Buffy is just a nice little stake, poof, gone. Like
Yeah,
no
yeah.
muss, no fuss, taken care of, not
Because
gory.
she does make a comment about this. I think it was in season 2 when they're like fighting the demon at a picnic at like the beginning and she stabs him with the knife and he just dies and she's like, isn't he gonna go poof? Or Willow says, isn't he gonna go poof? And she goes, oh, maybe these guys
Mm,
don't. And then she
yeah.
like, makes you appreciate vamps though. I think
Yeah.
I'm just like saying the whole script now. I watched it so much. But I remember that scene and I really like that they sort of talk about the fact that that's what happens, because they rarely talk about this kind of stuff that you sort of see all the time. It's guess it's so normal to them that they don't talk about it. So I do like it when they refer to things that have stood out to you as a viewer, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I did also like that throughout the whole thing that they were showing clips of everybody's like talent. I actually thought that was quite funny.
Did
You
you?
hated that.
I did not enjoy that at all.
Oh. I thought, oh, we don't have to watch it now because we just see what everyone does. And it's just, I feel like, because you know that episode where they're all in their dreams and Willow's having the dream of basically this talent show
Isn't it?
and
Is that the next
Harmony's there and
episode?
stuff. Huh?
Is that the next episode?
No,
Oh no, that's the little boy.
that's in season 4. Do you know in
Yeah,
season
yeah.
4 when Willow's having this dream of being in a talent show
Yeah.
and she can't sing?
Yeah.
It very much reminded me of that, but actually I don't like that episode and I do like this one. I think because
I'm the opposite.
yeah.
I like that episode.
Oh, really? Ugh,
Yeah.
I hate that episode. It's so boring. Apart from the cheese guy.
What? No, it's so
It
good.
was so boring. I think I kind of hate dream stuff. I feel like it's so pointless. It's
It
like,
does feel
why?
like a bit of a cop out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that episode to me feels so much more serious and mysterious and interesting, whereas this one's just a big old pile of not so cheesy cheese.
Fair enough. But did you like the end when they're like trying to act? I love it in things when actors are pretending to act badly. I actually really enjoy that.
Yeah, and it was like all their performances, in air quotes, in the play at the end in Oedipus, they were so in character for it. Like that's exactly how Willow would have been, just like standing there stiff as a board, like staring into the light.
Yeah.
Buffy would be like bored and just kind of going through her lines. Like it was perfect. It was done so well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Xander like trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, overall, just like, this episode just didn't flow. Do you know what? I think it would have been nicer if they'd just like mentioned Angel or mentioned the Master or had something to kind of tie it in.
It's another episode that's very standalone, isn't it?
Yeah. But to me, I felt it just wasn't a strong enough episode to be a standalone episode.
I see. Well, I liked it. So, do you have any fun facts for us, Sally?
I do have some fun facts. So I'm not the only one who thought this episode stank. This episode is the lowest rated episode of all Buffy episodes in terms of viewership, with only 1.9 million viewers. Yeah.
Well, I was one of those 1.9. My dad was the other.
Getting your numbers up.
Yeah.
But also, so the original script apparently was quite a lot darker and they had to rewrite it. And so I think that's where a lot of the cheese came in, because they were just trying to lighten the episode a bit. Sarah Michelle Gellar in real life was properly creeped out by Sid and actually had nightmares after filming the episode.
Oh, poor thing.
And they also had a few puppets for Sid. And they also had one little person in a puppet costume to do like a jumping scene.
Right.
So they had like a proper ventriloquist dummy and then like a little mechanical kind of dummy, and then a little person inside a puppet costume.
They lots of thought went behind it then. Maybe they were trying to like emanate Chucky vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the original intent. I totally get where they're coming from with that. But I just think it kind of failed in its execution.
You feel like because they added too much cheese, so it just took the edge off it too much.
Yeah. Because like I say, I really do like the plot twist. But it's just,
I thought the bit where he's trying to stab her and all you can hear is like creepy little feet. That was the creepiest bit, probably. It's just like lots of rushing little feet. I don't like that.
It sounds like a rat. Don't you think it sounds like
I
a
guess
rat running
so.
over like a wooden
Maybe.
floorboard or something?
I don't know. Like wooden knocking on wooden floor, I
Mm,
suppose. But I think that was the only bit that I thought was actually creepy rather than cheesy creepy.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Because I don't like small things rushing. I think
Mm.
that's the thing I don't really like. I don't like small children being like rushing like in a movie. Like, you know, when they're like a zombie and they like run at you. Like I don't like
Oh,
stuff like that.
right, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like
Okay.
spiders. Nothing small rushing at me, please.
Fair enough. Understandable, understandable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I wish that they went into his backstory a lot more. I feel like there was a lot more that just was brushed over. Oh, he's
Mm,
just a hundreds of year old demon hunter, and that's it. Who is
they
now a puppet. Like, huh?
it felt like they spent a long time trying to convince you that Sid was the demon.
Yeah.
And then everything just kind of felt really rushed at the end. Of like, oh no,
Yeah.
actually he's a demon hunter and that guy over there's the demon. And okay, just fight
Quickly
Sid
get him.
now. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a bit like that actually. I feel like if they exposed him as the demon hunter slightly earlier, they could
Mm,
have gone into it just a little bit
yeah,
deeper, and then it could have been a bit more like you could have, I guess you
totally
could have
agree.
connected with him a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um, because I did feel like there would have been a good story there, and it slightly reminded me of Teacher's Pet, where it sort of ends with, you know, the eggs hatching at the end, and
Mm-hmm.
it never mentions it ever again.
Mm-hmm.
The same with Sid as the Demon Hunter, like that's never mentioned. They never go into it. They never talk about it. Like I feel like that could have been something cool. Like
Yeah.
what other demon hunters have had spells on, or like who is he, and like what has he done, and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like maybe she could have learned a lot from him. You know?
Yeah, like asked him about previous Slayers and stuff.
Yeah. Like they just brushed over the fact that he knew a Slayer in Korea. Like
Yeah.
that's it. That's the only time it's ever mentioned. And like,
Do you know what I really, when I was watching this, I thought, I wish they'd done this in the scene where Xander is holding Sid in the library and he's like banging his head on the desk and,
yeah.
you know, playing around with him, being like, I'm an inanimate object, all that kind of
Mm.
stuff. I really would have liked it if Sid had just like turned around and started speaking to Xander then.
Yeah.
I think
Just
that would have
freaked him
been,
out.
yeah, yeah, because you know they were all there. Buffy and Giles and Willow were all there, and Xander's like in the middle of doing this big show
Mm.
to convince Buffy that he's just a dummy. And then if Sid had just like started talking or something, and then you would have had that little bit of extra time to, you know, have a bit more
Mm.
of the backstory to do with him and stuff like
Mm.
that.
Yeah. But
I
I
think that
guess
would
at
have
the
been cool.
time, Sid was sort of still undercover because he still thought that Buffy was the demon. So at
Yeah,
that
true.
time, so he was still trying to like pretend
I
that he
mean,
wasn't a
he wasn't
person.
doing a very good job though, like speaking out in class and just fully
Yeah.
having conversations out in the open.
Yeah, yeah. Like he was very conspicuous that
Yeah.
night. And poor Morgan, like that poor boy. He
I know.
is really sad. Like I do actually really feel I think now that I'm a mother, I really do feel like every time one of these teenagers get killed, it's like, oh my gosh, like imagine being their
Mm,
parent. Like
yeah.
it's just horrible. Like I know it's supposed to be like, you know, supernatural, it doesn't matter, but I still feel like, oh no, like Morgan was already gonna like maybe he was doing well in his cancer sessions and he was gonna
Mm,
make it and then they've cut out
mm,
his brain and now he definitely can't and it's
mm,
just really sad. I just
yeah.
want everyone to survive.
You want everyone to be alive and healthy and
Yeah.
happy.
I want everyone to have the best life they can.
Not in Sunnydale.
No, not in Sunnydale. Oh, do you have any new news about the
Yes.
reboot?
So I thought we could chat a little bit about that clip I sent you
Mhm,
a little bit earlier on. It's an interview with Sarah Michelle Gellar on the red carpet with Variety magazine. And naturally, they ask her about the Buffy reboot, and she says she obviously can't answer it the way she would want to answer it, can't go into
mhm,
too many details. Kind of standard stuff, you know, Chloe had this idea in a world. I thought that was
mhm,
interesting, a world,
mhm,
and spoke about it with such a passion that she had to say yes to it, even though she had always said, no, I'm not going to go back to it. But the thing that kind of it didn't strike me immediately, but something that kind of I don't know I've been thinking about is they ask her, do you have to have watched the original show to be able to watch
Mm.
this? And she says, no, not at all. You do not have to have watched it. It will cater to those fans and have Easter eggs. And it kind of makes me
Okay.
think that perhaps it's not going to be as much of a kind of continuation of the original show as perhaps I'd been imagining. You know,
Yeah.
maybe so many original characters aren't going to be coming back. Maybe they're just going to like pop up briefly or be mentioned for something. But
Mm.
that one line kind of made me think perhaps it's, I don't know, almost more of a spin-off but with Buffy.
Mm.
That
Because
kind of idea.
that's sort of like, because I just saw an interview with her today. I can't remember who it was with, but she was wearing red. She looked stunning. And she said that it's not a reboot, it is a continuation. So it's 25 years
Oh,
later of the Buffy world.
of the
So
Buffy
she's
world.
very
Okay.
specific. She's not like
Yeah.
of the actual, thing. She says it's a continuation 25 years later of the Buffy world. So that
Mm.
makes sense in terms of like maybe it's not about everything that's happened until then. It's just the
Yeah.
world of Buffy.
Yeah.
She's still 25 years older
Yeah.
than before, but it's not like because we were all thinking as well, like, but Sunnydale blew up and now they're talking about
Mm.
new Sunnydale and all that kind of stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe because it's not the same, I guess, universe as Sunnydale blowing up and there being lots of Slayers now, maybe it's not like that. Maybe there is still she's the chosen one, she's training the next one
Okay.
vibe
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
keep that going so there isn't loads of potentials anymore
Yeah.
or there isn't loads of Slayers anymore.
Yeah.
Um, it's a continuation of there only being one. So like that
Yeah.
never happened. So that's interesting. And that
Yeah, because that's quite interesting, like specific wording, isn't it?
yeah, that is, isn't it? And I feel like if it is that, it makes it open then to be a bit more free in terms of what they're doing with the show. Because if it
Mm.
was a specific continuation, then you'd want it to continue in a specific way, wouldn't you?
Mm.
Because you're so
Yeah,
attached to the previous storylines.
absolutely.
But if it's just the world that's continuing and not the actual storylines, then it gives them a lot more freedom um,
Mm.
to do something interesting with it. So it makes me even more curious now to find out
Yeah.
what direction they've gone in, what is going to happen, what is the whole vibe and story, and how different it's also going to be from the original Joss Whedon version.
Mm.
Because he was very, very specific in terms of his vision.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so I wonder how that's going to play out, and I find that really interesting and quite exciting. And I like that she's slowly saying slightly more in every interview.
Yeah.
It's like just watch all the interviews.
We'll have a whole picture before we know it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you
And that is,
think that Buffy is going to be the main character, or do you think she's just going to have quite a big role in the show?
I think she's going to have a big role, but I think that younger one is going to be the main character
Mm.
because they have to appeal to a younger audience.
Yeah.
Because that's, I guess, broader. And the people who are going to be sitting at home binge watching it all is like the younger people, the people that don't have to go to work. So um, I think they are appeal broadly to the younger audience. So they have a younger character, but Sarah Michelle Gellar is in there to also appeal to all of the older audience that have grown up with her.
Mm.
So I think she will have a big part to play, but she won't be the main character.
Yeah.
Um,
That makes me a bit
what,
sad.
yeah, but I think that's okay as long as they do it in the right way. Like they're doing it justice, like they're doing
Mm.
justice for her, because it's okay if Buffy isn't the main character and they call it something else, but it's still her world, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
As long as they don't, like, I don't know, turn her into something that all the fans obviously thought that she wouldn't be like, or she's like acts in a different way, or do you know what I mean? Like they turn her
Mm.
into a different kind of Buffy. Like I want her to stay the same
Yeah,
character
definitely.
because they could very easily just accidentally turn her into a different kind of character that doesn't feel like Buffy.
Mm,
Even if it is the same actress playing it, the writers and like how she actually acts and speaks and all that kind of stuff make a lot of difference.
yeah.
So I
It's interesting that you bring up, how it will compare to Joss Whedon's kind of vision of Buffy,
mm,
because he was so involved with the whole seven
mm,
seasons, wasn't he? And really clear in what was happening, what these characters were doing, all that kind of stuff. And so to have someone else in charge, I suppose, it's
mm.
just going to be such a big change, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I think we all just have to like understand that change. And maybe
Mm,
that's why they've decided to make it Buffy World rather than an actual storyline continuation. That
yeah.
gives them the freedom then to not have to follow what happened before. Um,
What do you think that means in terms of character deaths that we've seen in the show? So, like, Anya
um,
dies, quite close to the end of
yeah,
season 7. Is
yeah.
she still dead?
Or maybe she never existed in this new Buffy world.
Ooh. It'll be interesting to see how, I
Yeah,
mean, if it is, same world, different universe, essentially,
yeah,
how they explain it, how they introduce
yeah,
that kind of concept. Because if
yeah,
things are kind of drastically different to how the last season ended, people are just going to be confused, aren't they? People who've already
yeah.
watched the show are going to be confused by that.
Yeah, but like I guess like Sarah Michelle Gellar said, you shouldn't have had to watch it to
Mm,
understand it. It's like a new thing anyway.
mm,
Um, but I wonder if it is like parallel universe vibe. So that means that they don't have to bring in Xander or talk about Xander if he sort of never
mm,
existed in this universe. But
mm.
say Willow was still in it, it's still
Yeah.
they
Or
was
like Xander dies in episode 1 instead of Jesse, like something like that.
Yeah, something like different. Oh man, I hope that they have Giles in it because he is just iconic, and I feel like him as a Watcher had a lot to do with how Buffy was a Slayer because of
Yeah.
his love for her, and that was very adamant in The Wish because in The Wish,
Yeah.
Giles wasn't her Watcher, so she was very different. Um, so I hope that it's sort of like that because that's still like the same in this universe. So she's still her. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. But it definitely opens it up to being whatever it needs to be. As long as she's the same
Mm,
character, I don't think I
mm.
mind at all what happens.
I think, well, yeah, and as long as the new girl isn't annoying, because that'll just ruin the whole show.
Mm. I feel like young actors can always feel a bit annoying at the time. Like I remember the first episode with Dawn. I thought Dawn was
Oh,
annoying.
yeah, absolutely.
But then I actually grew to love her so much and I love
Yeah.
her character. But the first episode, I did find her annoying. But I think that's just what the young character is
Young
supposed to do.
people are annoying.
Sorry.
Old lady
Yeah.
Summer.
Them damn kids.
Get
Uh,
off my lawn.
yeah. Get off my property. Um, yeah, so I think it's very interesting to think that it is 25 years later, but it's not the same storyline, but it's the same world, the same vibe. But yeah, I guess if you think about it then as a parallel universe and
Mm,
approach it that way, I find
mm.
that more interesting way to think about it.
I
Otherwise,
hope we get more. Yeah.
because like we were saying before, we wanted her to like have been married or had been someone and have had kids, but maybe in this world it is a very different vibe and she doesn't need that and
Yeah.
maybe that she never had a sister and all this other things it opens up
Yeah.
that sort of can cover
Yeah.
things up or like just to change the narrative a bit more. Maybe the monks
Mm,
never made a key. Like
mm.
there's just so many other things that they could do if it's Buffy world, but not Buffy.
Yeah.
Not that universe that we watched. That universe is happy, has a tied up, neat ending. It's done. This is a new one now of what's happened in this universe. So
Mm. That'll be
that's
so
sort of,
interesting.
hmm, that's how we can think about
Yeah, I
it.
hope more of these little nuggets come out in interviews that we
Yes,
can
me too.
dissect.
Yes, exactly. I keep watching everything that I see here, and it's like, what's she gonna say now? Oh, what's she gonna say now? Because she always says, "Oh, I'm not sure how much I can say." It's like, come on, you
Mm,
want to say more? You want to
yeah,
say more?
do it,
So
do
just
it.
tell us. But yeah, I think she's very elegant in the way she talks about it. I like she always says that she's doing it for the fans. I like how
Mm,
respectful she is to the fans because the fans is what made it as big as it is.
mm,
And she
yeah.
understands that and she respects that. So she's always very polite about that, which is what I really like about her as an actress anyway.
She's
So
just such a great person, isn't she?
yeah, I love her.
Anything I see her do or interviews, I just like her more and more and more.
Yeah, exactly. So I just can't wait for her to be in another thing because she hasn't been in something in ages.
Mm.
Like I've watched everything she's been in, like literally everything, even all of the shows that got cancelled. I've
Did
watched
you
all of
watch,
them.
was it Ringers or The Ringer?
Yes, I
Yeah,
loved that. I loved that. Why did they cancel that? That was so good.
I did quite like that.
Yeah, even the one with Robin Williams, that was really good too. That was really sad watching it back because, it
Yeah.
didn't last long, but it was really nice. I actually really enjoyed that. I liked the storylines. I thought they were good. But yeah, so it'll be fun to see her in something else now.
Yeah, definitely. And something
So
that's
what's the
not just a cameo.
Yes, exactly. So what's the next episode that we're watching?
So the next episode is Nightmares, which is why I got confused earlier
Oh,
on when you were talking about the
yes.
nightmares thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, they obviously they have lots of nightmares, but at least this nightmare one isn't actually a dream, like it is actually happening. So
Yeah.
it frustrates me less.
No,
No.
it'll be a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one because we can't talk about it now, but I love her vamp
Oh,
face in it, and it's just like
I know.
everyone's thoughts are like, what would she be like as a vampire? And there it is, like, oh
And there it
yes,
is, yeah.
yeah. So
And
it
we're
is such a good one for that.
getting quite close to the end of season one as well.
Which is weird because we're getting close to the end of season one and we still haven't like talked about the master in ages. Like, what
See,
is that?
right? Where's the
Yeah.
master? Can we talk about him,
I
please?
swear he
Please?
is just sat under the school waiting. He's just there. They're always in the
Just chilling
library, they're
out
reading their
underneath,
books, and he's
yeah.
just sat there
Yeah.
waiting to be let out. Like, he must be so bored.
Well, in a couple of episodes, he'll have his action. Don't worry,
Yes.
master. It's coming for you.
All right, cool. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
What did you think of this episode?
Let us know in the comments below.
Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week.
We're not just saying, we're slaying.